Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on his way to the United States for a state visit. The trip is being billed as a turning point for bilateral relations and is expected to see the two countries expand working together in the defense industry and the high technology sectors. Delhi is expected to be given access to critical American technologies that Washington rarely shares with non-allies. India is also likely to announce its purchase of 31 MQ-9B SeaGuardian drones made by General Atomics worth $3 billion. The US sees India as a vital partner as it pushes back against China's rising global influence, especially in the Indo-Pacific. Washington also wants to wean Delhi away from its traditional defense partner, Moscow. And Rebecca Bundan joins us live now from Mumbai for more. Rebecca, just how significant is this transfer of high-end technology, given that India is not exactly a traditional security ally of Washington?
We are expecting to see some major announcements from this visit in terms of defence cooperation and sharing of high technology. Now, that is hugely significant, and it really tells us a lot about the deepening relations between the United States and India. And a major factor behind this is, of course, the rise of China, its rising influence, and the US pushing back against this. And India is seen as a major partner, potentially, for the United States in this process. And by sharing technology, by sharing defense, with defense cooperation and so on, that means that India is really in a position to strengthen its role in the region in terms of regional security in the Indo-Pacific. So that's what cooperation with the United States can do. And the US is, of course, well aware of this. And at the same time, we do have the fact that India has controversially, in terms of the view of Western countries, been sitting on the fence when it comes to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now, that's because India is highly dependent still on Russia in terms of its defense equipment, and also it's been increasing its oil that it imports from Russia. India is a major importer of oil, and it's been importing oil from Moscow at discounted prices, which again has been controversial. But here, with this visit to the United States, Narendra Modi's visit to the US, and the expectations of these deepening ties, this is really an opportunity for the US to try to reduce India's dependence on Russia potentially, which is, of course, hugely significant.
And so then this is also an important trip for India, and especially for Modi ahead of elections next year.
That's right. And Narendra Modi, India's Prime Minister, has visited the United States 5 times since he became Prime Minister in 2014. But in terms of its full diplomatic status of this visit, this is the first official status in that regard. And that's very significant as well. And as well as the political ties, there's also a significant opportunity here for India and the United States to boost their economic and business ties. And that will be an important part of this visit. We do see on the schedule for Narendra Modi that he will be meeting with CEOs, business leaders in both New York and Washington, and that includes the founder of Tesla, Elon Musk. That's the first meeting they'll have since Elon Musk actually took over Twitter as well. But we know in terms of Tesla that it has been looking at India as a potential market to manufacture its vehicles. So there's a chance here for India to actually get an economic boost in terms of generating and boosting those ties with the United States in terms of the economy, business, these opportunities that exist. And we also know that when Mr. Modi goes on these visits to countries, including the United States, he really likes to reach out to the diaspora as well. And again, this will be no different. He'll hold a huge event where he will address people of Indian origin in the United States. And here's an opportunity again for him to really boost his image in terms of the domestic market by appearing very strong in terms of his international role as well. And that can really help to appeal to voters here in India, potentially ahead of those general elections that are coming up next year. We have to remember as well that Mr. Modi has his critics in the United States. There are some protests that have been planned and against human rights issues that some people over there are concerned about. But generally, Mr. Modi is really trying to use this visit to boost his image, to boost those relations as well in terms of the economy and the political relationship with the United States.
Many thanks for that report. Rebecca Bundan speaking to us in Mumbai.